And we're live, and there's dissension in the ranks.
You're a damn Skippy. There is.
I don't think we've even posted the link. So.
I'm the boss. I get to say.
Actually, not of this particular broadcast. He is. So
no, but as far as the 15th thing,
oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
As always, send money here. Also, as always, buy the Blanket Fort blend. You won't regret it, or maybe you will. I don't care. Buy the Blanket Fort.
Oh no,
blend.
no, the Blanket Fort blend. Okay, my husband, I love him. Total coffee addict.
Okay.
Nectar of the gods, black blood of the earth. He's got to have it. He's got to drink it, right? Usually, we buy the Aldi brand coffee in the jugs, and I buy the stuff a case at a time, because that way we never run the risk of running out. After a couple of days of drinking that espresso ground Blanket Fort, he comes to me and he's like, "We can't afford to drink this every day, but I wish we could."
Probably.
I don't know. I don't care.
What?
Could be. MP formation. It's either surfboards or shields. Either way, it's all good.
It's surfboards.
It's all good.
Surfboards.
How about that big magnificent chunk doing cartwheels at 17,000 kph to holding together?
Yeah, the problem was 5 engines didn't work on liftoff,
including 2
briefly
gimbal.
6, and I think one went in and out.
Yeah.
I saw.
And of all those 5, 2 were gimbal engines. So whoops.
Yeah.
And you know why? It's because they were so damn powerful on liftoff. They blew out the cement just below it, and it killed the motors above it. So I'll take it. I'm not going to be negative about it because it was glorious.
That's everybody's going. Oh,
it's a test.
Yeah, everybody's going. Oh,
no,
bummer.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh man, he didn't make it. No, dude. What y'all don't understand, or what people don't understand, is the way to get to space is drive on till something explodes.
Yeah.
Study what exploded, fix it, continue your drive until the next thing explodes, study it, fix it, and drive on.
Yeah.
This is how we get to the stars, people. It's one explosion at a time. And once it got off the pad, they had all the data they were looking for. Everything else was gravy.
Yeah. I'm just pissed that they didn't get the separation.
That's
why I cartwheeled.
I'm starting to think
trying to do the separation.
They were supposed to separate first. Second stage was supposed to separate.
Uh-huh.
Then the first stage was supposed to start the cartwheel. Not supposed to cartwheel the whole damn thing like it did.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
But that magnificent chunk of a craft stayed together. Cartwheel at 17,000 kph.
Cartwheel the skyscraper.
Yeah.
Cartwheel the skyscraper.
They cartwheel a skyscraper at 17,000 kph, and it held together.
Yeah, Jesse, you do have a point. They got all kinds of separation, just not what they intended.
Not that way.
But wow, what a great way to start your morning.
Yeah. That thing lifting off was glorious. It really was. And all they need to do is clear the gantry.
Yeah.
All the test was get off the gantry. And they did that.
They did.
And I was in an on-camera meeting, so I couldn't watch it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the screams. Yeah, rapid disassembly rate writ large. Yes.
As I referred,
the screams as it went up. Everybody yes.
Oh yeah. Just getting that big chunk with all those engines off the pad without a unscheduled kinetic disassembly.
Yeah, the launch pad crater is impressive too. Yeah. They're going to have to redo the launch pad.
Well, the thing is, though, that they'll know the next time it will be better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And one of these times it'll actually work.
Yeah.
Well, and that is the way we've always done it.
Mm-hmm.
People don't, old fart here.
Humans just do this.
I can remember how many times they blew up on the pad at 39A.
Right.
Well,
and how many times they had to rebuild that son of a bitch.
There was a throwaway joke in the Squeak story. When I published the Squeak story, there's this throwaway joke. No, it wasn't Squeaks. It was Astro Lizards. There's a throwaway joke that my father actually said when we lit the ass end of a bamboo rocket and it pinwheeled down the street, this blue flame. Dad went, "Oh, Russian design."
Yeah.
I mean, in the early days, the space program, everybody's space program, shit was exploding left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, they were planning to dig up the pad and put the water deluge anyway. They just got a head start on it.
And the kerblams get more impressive as the program tests continue. Yes, they
Caused
do.
a rain cloud.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It caused a rain cloud with all the sand it kicked up.
Yeah. Oh, and thank you for the donation.
I just had lunch.
Yeah.
I just had lunch.
We
guys.
had, they will get eaten, trust me.
Oh, yeah. No worries.
Tillamook Hunter sausage,
Jaeger Schnitzel.
or versions of Jaeger Schnitzel, but yes.
We get a Jaeger Schnitzel at Wetzel's.
Yeah,
Wetzel's?
Wetzel's.
Wetzel's down in Hamilton, Texas. Is a little German butchery down there, and they do a in-house Jaeger Schnitzel that, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, Mercury was close enough to see the bird through the windows. Yeah, John has already laid claim to what doesn't get eaten.
Oh yeah. Yum. All I
Yeah.
need now is some good Tillamook cheddar to go with it.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be lovely. That would be lovely.
Mhm.
In other news, the Air Force actually did something smart for a change.
They're gonna get swelled heads more than just because you said that.
Yeah. The 102nd Intelligence Wing in Massachusetts is currently not performing their assigned intelligence mission.
No, they've had a massive breakdown. They better be reassigned till things get unfucked.
They decertified them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, that is serious. When people get decertified, there are going to be multiple heads rolling.
Well, when you get decertified, everybody's got to redo the whole process to get their TSSCI.
And they decertified the facility. So they have no place
skiff
to
today,
drill.
no skiff tomorrow. That skiff done been bulldozed. They have to rebuild.
Yeah. Yes, Ben, the entire unit was decertified.
I've
So-
never seen that happen before.
Yeah, I've seen it happen once.
I haven't.
I hope to be career ending for command staff. Yeah, they're
Well, it
gone.
should be. Somebody in the head should needs to. Yeah, no.
So now they can be Biden's garage. Oh,
Oh.
ag.
Oh,
Yeah, there are a lot of folks that are going, thank God I was not drilling there. Gonna have a lot of motor stables. The other interesting one is the Navy has come out with a TSO for the Independence class little crappy ships,
what's a TSO?
a temporary standing order.
Like we know that.
Drill holes in the bottom and drag them out to sea.
No,
Oh,
it seems they're getting cracks in the bow.
Oh, that's not good.
well,
So
that's not optimal.
That's really not optimal.
they are restricted now in a Sea State 4, which is less than 8 feet of swell, to 15 knots.
They have cracks in the bow. They ought to be restricted to port.
Hush.
Glub, glub, I'm a sub.
Yeah. They are not allowed to go head into the seas, and they're not allowed to take seas on the beam. Above Sea State 4, yes, they are in port.
You can't take C's on the beam. That's what it's there for. So,
You've never been in a boat that gets seas on the beam, have
yes,
you?
I have.
That's rocking and rolling.
It's wonderful.
If you've got cracks in the part that
Wonderful. Really?
Fun.
if you have cracks in the part that keeps water out and air in, this is what we refer to as bad.
Yeah.
Glub, glub, I'm a sub.
Yes.
Not LC. I didn't realize that LCS stood for little crappy submarine.
They're trying. And the one that they launched yesterday hit the tugboat.
Oh, for God's
Yeah.
sake.
They use a tug to pull it off. That's what collapses it into the water, and it hit the ass into the tug. So now they have to repair it before they can do
Take-
anything else.
Take everything that the little crappy ships were supposed to do, hand it over to the Coast Guard, and get out of their way.
Yeah. There are more planes in the ocean than subs in the sky. Yes.
Wait, are there any subs in the sky?
Tom has a good point. Did the first crack come from the champagne when they christened it?
Well, in addition, 3 of Austel's senior management are under indictment for falsifying records.
Who's Austell?
The people that build the Independence class
The
ships.
little crappy submarines.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because the way they got the contract was they underbid everybody else.
Is Austell a Nigerian company?
No,
Because this sure sounds like some of the stuff I saw in Nigeria.
the real Austel is in Australia, and they're very good. This was Austel USA, which was a separate company.
I christen thee, city of Bayonne. Long may you leak.
Yeah. Yeah, Voyage Under the Sea did have a flying sub. You're right.
We all live in a leaky submarine, leaky submarine.
I'm listening to this and I'm thinking about, we had a conversation about the Big Dig in Boston somewhere Fool's Con weekend.
Mm.
And the fact that it freaks me out whenever I drove through one of those tunnels, or for that matter, rode through them as a passenger, and they leaked on the windshield of the car.
Yeah. Well, they leak and shit falls off the ceiling.
Right?
Oh, that's so encouraging.
Yeah.
And you're underneath the ocean.
Yeah.
Nothing like driving along and having a carp hit your windshield. What the?
Yeah, Winkle Red, it's the same contract. Yeah, the steel was off spec. Paging Tom trailer.
I was just off spec. The bow's cracked.
Yep, frames 36, 37, and 46, I believe.
Means absolutely nothing to me, but sounds bad.
Good to bad scale? Bad.
Mm.
Big Dig special and specific money laundering system. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. That's why it's hotter under the water. Tom's on a roll today.
Yes, he is.
He must have recharged. He must have recharged his batteries this weekend.
I was gonna say, is he sober yet?
Yeah, Kermit makes a good point. They glued the concrete panels to the roof in the Big Dig.
Mm-hmm.
Not bolted. They're
Mhm.
glued.
They're glued.
Yep.
The glue don't work real well.
Especially not when it gets wet constantly.
I did move to the States from Africa about 84, right?
The Big
83,
Dig-
84.
The Big Dig predates you.
It's been screwing up
Well, the
Boston
start of it
forever.
predates him. The finish does not predate him.
No, I know that, but
Yeah.
I think the start of it may predate my husband.
Tom says he trimmed the squirrel off of his chin and his sense of humor returned.
Oh, I like this one.
It was like a little polar bear part there.
The ladies liked the polar bear part.
It looks like he's a polar bear. He's part polar bear.
I'm not. Moving on.
No.
Moving on.
Actually, what was really fun was seeing the big grin on his face when I took a picture
Oh,
of
yeah.
him with holding that,
Yeah.
that gun.
Abomination.
Yes.
Yeah, him hanging off the side of the Bubba truck with Abomination. People think I'm kidding when I said Lindisfarne Monastery bell started ringing. Because,
Yeah.
hey, there's a whole bunch of Viking, that boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Steph. I remember you talking about that at supper that we had that night. She was in Boston when pieces were falling on people's cars in the Big Dig.
Mm-hmm.
Reason 1012 why I don't live in a big city.
And specifically not Boston.
No big cities. No
And
big
differs
cities.
from up in that part of the country.
No
So it's
big
still
cities.
going on. No matter what they say, it's still going. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Because all the bribes haven't been paid yet.
Well, because they keep having to fix the parts that they built really crappily in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they've done is created a perpetual system to take care of their children and grandchildren and so on and so forth.
And the bribes.
There
Yes.
There used to be, if you bribe somebody and they still give you screwed up shit, there used to be a solution for that.
It's called boom.
If you bribe someone, as long as that dig has been going on, they're dead, and now you have to bribe their children or their grandchildren.
Man, Americans just don't have the bribery thing down right. Damn it.
Unless you're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean, we had to go up there routinely to visit Lincoln Labs, MIT Lincoln Labs, and the MIT itself. So, yeah, it was a post-apocalyptic wasteland right through the middle of town.
I need to friggin' import some African warlords to teach Americans how to bloody well take bribes.
Well, you're still a chieftain, right? I suppose you could go find your tribe.
No, I'll pass. I'll pass.
So I learned how to city drive in Boston, but also my ethics professor at the community college there in New Hampshire had been a judge in South Boston. And before he was a judge, he was a prosecutor. And before he was a prosecutor, he was a defense lawyer. Right up until one of the mob guys that he was supposed to defend threatened his family if he didn't get him off.
Yeah.
Whereupon the lovely little old gentleman who talked to us about watching Hiroshima when he was 6 on the TV, told us that he went from being a defense lawyer over to the other side of the equation because he wasn't going to put up with that.
Yeah.
But he had some stories.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Kermit, the warlord story is something I tell when I'm liquored up and in private because no. So I am still sober and it ain't private, so I'm not telling the warlord story.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get to illustrate that for you.
You're gonna get illustrated for me, but right now,
Someday.
you'll get yes. That's gonna be if that one doesn't sell out, I'm gonna be upset because that coloring book is. I may have to go into witness protection, but that coloring book's gonna be good.
Yeah. Speaking of coloring books, the Kindle version of the steampunk postcards is out.
Yes.
Yes.
Steam
Finally.
Colored postcards finally in ebook.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was, unfortunately, what seems to be happening is that Amazon's objecting to having 20 authors listed because something very like this happened on the first book.
Yeah.
At least we didn't have to go through and all sign it and attest that we really were participating and this was our copyright, which
Yeah.
is what we had to do for the first book to get the first book launched.
Yeah.
This one just took them a few days of investigating to make sure that they were all real people and we weren't somehow
They had to
massaging the
calm
algorithms.
They had to calm down the squirrels that freaked out.
Yeah.
By now, they should have a Raconteur Press exception to the algorithm.
Yeah.
It's those guys.
But we come through Chuck of PubShare. So Chuck actually went to bat for us, and that's how the paper got released so quickly.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to be prepared for this every time we launch a postcard anthology.
Yeah. And
Tom, I couldn't drink anymore of that kinky stuff. It was
Oh.
making me nauseous.
Oh, that stuff was awful.
yeah.
Let me put it this way. I tried soju this weekend because everybody says soju is the worst thing ever. Soju was not the down point of the weekend. The kinky green stuff was.
Some of us are smarter
I took a
and
sip.
know better than to try that shit.
I
I
tried.
took a sip of the soju because I wanted to see what the flavor was like.
Oh,
I didn't try the soju because I know better. I know better than try soju, but the kinky, they poured me a glass. They poured me a glass of that crap that had Ian Anthology Fuel written on it. And I tried to drink it. I
No.
tried.
Oh no!
Dude,
Don't
I
do
kept-
that
I kept giving it to people and it kept coming back.
because it had your name on it.
Ugh.
I came in the next morning and the bottle was empty, and I'm like, "Did someone actually drink that?" And they're like, "No, we made it go away."
Oh,
Oh, that's what made you relax. Kentucky Mule, huh, Tom?
Hey, Kentucky Mule would be good.
Kentucky Mule's good.
Yeah. Courtney claimed it the kinky bottle for reasons.
He poured me a big thing of Buffalo Trace bourbon cream and root beer, and I was happy. And then that frickin' reactor scraping showed up. Bottle of reactor scraping showed up.
Yeah, the soju that was at Fool's Con was not the strong stuff.
I don't care. Brandon
What?
just got laid off from work in time for the live stream.
Their
Oh,
fur?
no.
it's not okay.
That is
Wow.
definitely not okay because he
Yeah.
just got that job.
Yeah.
Our circle. This has been a bad week for our circle.
What's Brennan doing? Electrician?
Yeah.
Nutrition.
He just made journeyman electrician.
I was gonna say we need to get him down here because I know that the construction guys down here are going nuts
Yeah.
because they keep trying to hire my kid. That's how I know how nuts they are. He's
Well,
not 18 yet. He's
I
not.
think
They
I
can't.
think the issue
insure
is
him,
talking
so.
Emma into coming down.
I'm just on a kick right now of trying to get my people where I can reach out and feed them if I need to.
Cedar has to feed her people.
Yeah, there's always a silver lining, Brennan. You
There's a
just got
specific person right now I would like to be feeding. So
to find it.
Yes, some clouds have linings of little heavier metals. We like those clouds.
I think we should keep this one for the blanket fort.
Yes, definitely.
what is it?
Gold medal blasting. Ooh.
There is nothing in it. I already looked.
So what do? I immediately open it up to look.
Yeah.
I've been telling her all along to not touch anything and wash her hands.
Yeah. Some clouds have a strontium lining.
Yeah,
This is
strontium.
true.
Yeah, the ones with strontium lining get shit done.
The bagged Korean meal was interesting, Richard. I'll just leave it at that.
I don't think these are electrical.
No, they're so old, they're not electrical. They
Wow.
date to the 1890s.
Oh, I should get the other find of the day.
Yeah.
I swear to
This
God
whole
that
tin
there's
thing that I'm going through.
It's
There's the coolest stuff in this
Yeah.
this estate.
no. There's the coolest tins. They don't have the stuff.
I do have the stuff, but I don't want to mess with it. So.
It hits me telling her to not touch things. It's like,
Yeah.
she's showing me patent medication. And so I'm like, no, don't touch.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we were getting questions in Writer's Dojo about,
We were.
well, we of the group
Okay.
that's on Writer's Dojo about what sound a
1901.
Oh yes.
What sound a what?
what sound a railgun made.
Oh, yeah.
And people are going back and forth, and I went, screw this, and I went and found the shot I got to watch. I said, this is what it sounds like.
Well, you got the whine of the capacitors charging up.
No, you don't.
That's the whine of the siren.
You don't.
I just got the plastic caps box out. I'm not doing it.
You don't hear the capacitors because they're so large. Their sound is so low. You don't hear it.
No. I was thinking.
All you hear is a ding.
I was thinking of the coil gun that's actually out there that Ian McCollum been firing.
Yeah, there's that one, but a real rail gun doesn't. It
That's
just
a real rail gun.
please.
Whine, click, and then the sound barrier breaking.
Yes. Anything can be made electrical with sufficient voltage. This is true. Speaking of
Now, we'll say the coil guns in the Heat Cal universe do whine when they're charging up.
Metal Storm, yeah. The only problem with Metal Storm is reloading the son of a bitch.
Yeah, anything you have to send back to the factory to reload, especially
Yeah,
in a
but-
combat environment.
100,000 rounds at once.
And then you have to send it back to the
Yeah.
factory. And UPS sucks in combat zones,
Yeah.
or so I hear. Railgun Pfiffering.
The rest of that's just blowing shit up as it goes down, right? Well, we were sitting about 500 yards away when this thing went off. And
Oh, that's only Mach 7.
but that's HY-80 battle steel that is going through multiple sheets of.
It's holding together almost as well as a Falcon Super Heavy.
Yeah.
At that speed.
Well, it gets better because this is multiple shots. This is a pre-dispenser.
Yeah.
Watch what happens. Yeah,
You realize that the folks that are watching us can't see us. Or
I
can't-
know.
Okay.
All right. So what we need is a link to this so we can actually put it somewhere so they can come back later.
But
and
notice
watch
how.
It doesn't hold together as well as a Falcon Super Heavy.
Well, that wasn't supposed to. No, James, you actually have to send the whole metal storm back.
Yep. Yeah, UPS sucks in a battle zone.
Yeah.
Or so I hear.
He'll be, yeah, that's your. Now you can't give that to the miscreant E-Force because no.
Sure you can. Once. Why is your railgun pregnant, miscreant E-Force?
I don't know. A pregnant railgun would be handy because then you don't have that delivery problem you're talking about. It can just self-replicate.
Good point.
Yeah.
So like 40 million people want the link. So,
We're finding
All right,
it.
fine. I'm putting the link. Give me a second.
there's a post in Troublemakers for the live stream. So
If you send one of us the link, we can get it in there.
Jeez, people. There you go. There's the link.
Already got it.
Well, thank you, Jesse. At least you could have done was post the fucking thing.
Oh, we're in a mood today.
Yes, we are. I got a haircut and I've got hair down the back of my neck.
Oh, ow.
Yeah. And it itches.
Don't look at me. I gotta mow a lawn later on. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to finish.
Africa Files.
I have to finish verifying some stories.
Yes.
Ooh, I hate it when you have to survey storm damage.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow is Friday.
I can
Yes.
send a teenager to your house with a lawnmower.
No.
Yeah, what little I've got left, Steph. Oh, one thing I do want to talk about.
One.
No, hush.
So you know what Hillbilly did?
Did it involve mead?
It involves including us happily in the sponsors and affiliates section of the books he published,
Oh,
which was very nice of him.
well done. All right.
Yep, and
We
should
must
say thank you
reciprocate.
publicly for that. So.
Hillbilly over at Three Ravens apparently stuck us in the stuck Raconteur Press in the affiliates and sponsors and whatever in the back of the latest book. And thank you. We shall reciprocate.
Yes. Yeah, that was a fun video. It was fun watching it real time because what you see in that video is the slow motion version. All we saw was a slap and a fireball. And it's like, what the? Did it blow up? Was it successful? Nobody knew. But what I want to talk about, Mona Lisa in her Substack has put up 2 parts on reading reviews and talking about alpha and beta readers.
Don't read the reviews.
Don't read the reviews, but do go look at what she talks about with alpha and beta readers. That is something that you, as an author, really need to use. And you do not want the people that, oh, this is such great work. You want honest people. They're going to call a spade with a spade sitting there.
Don't use your family for your alpha and beta readers
Good God, no.
because they'll tell you what they think you want to hear. I've got a couple of folks with their blouses cut around the dorsal fin, and they will good beta readers, really good beta readers.
I will say that my husband's the one exception to that because he does not tell me what he thinks I want to hear. Of course, I don't always listen to everything he says either. So,
Yeah,
The second issue with having your family read your
yeah, John. Well, John, your stuff is a little spicy. So is yours, Lady Lark.
I was speaking.
And yes, Steph, you do ask the weird questions. I know.
Speaking of little sister, has she gotten on here yet?
No, she's not on here today.
Because
Oh,
we were having a debate. We were having a debate on some archaeological anthropology stuff. Somebody had found, I think it was me, might have been me, had found an article where they had sequenced the matrilinear and patrilinear DNA in Iceland, and were somewhat startled to find that 75% of the patrilineal DNA came from Scandinavia.
Yep.
68% of the matrilineal DNA came from Ireland and Scotland, and they couldn't figure out why.
Really? They couldn't figure that out?
What?
They didn't understand why they were
What?
they were talking about genetic drift, and maybe this was, and it's like, where's Mona Lisa? She could answer this.
Yeah.
She's already gone home.
I was going to say, I can answer that, and I'm not what you'd call
Yeah.
a serious historian.
Where did they stop on the way to Iceland? Duh.
Where did they raid from Iceland when they figured out their women were dying?
Yes.
Guys with seasonal affective disorder running around.
Bored and running around.
And running around and essentially creating mayhem wherever
They,
go.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't understand history. They don't understand guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
These are
man's
supposedly the historians' staff. That's
Anthropologists.
the problem.
They were anthropologists, and they were taught, well, maybe the fact is, the Viking settlements in Ireland might have donated the Gaelic DNA. No, guys.
So,
Donated's the not
The
the right
Viking
word there.
settlements
Donated
in
is not right.
Greenland were completely misinterpreted by the British archaeologists.
Of
To
course.
the point of even putting men's clothes on women. I mean, it took an SCA reenactor who really understood how people clothes from the time period and how people interact to completely disprove their reconstruction of the patterns.
Yeah.
I mean, totally. It was like they don't get it. They sit in their little offices, and I
Little-
don't
their
think they
little
even
ivory
know how
towers.
to play.
They're little ivory
So,
towers.
it's
Yep.
like, yeah,
You said they don't understand men. They don't understand humans.
Yeah.
they
No.
don't.
That's a
Especially
good
for
point.
anthropology being the study of humanity, they sure don't actually understand
They don't
humanity.
get it.
Yeah.
Everything's religious.
You've got a whole bunch of explorers, which typically run heavily male side of the species, especially in basically a very large rowboat.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of explorers have found a place, and now they are frisky. What's the where's, you look at Ireland or Iceland, where's the closest thing to Iceland that might have acceptable people of the opposite gender? Well,
Yeah. Kind of like the new anthropologists that say they can't determine the sex from bones. Yep.
oh,
those people.
bullshit. Oh, bullshit.
Oh God, yeah, the fertility objects that are loom weights.
Yeah.
Really? Really?
James says also, if you're 1/3 Scandinavian, 1/3 Irish, you're part of the Mormon recruitment during the potato famine.
What?
That's what they tied his family back to.
What?
1/3. I'm not
Yeah.
sure that's actually possible.
It is. It's just,
Yeah.
you have to math out far enough back in the
Oh,
yeah.
generations.
Brian says they got the girlfriends the old fashioned way. They stole them. Yep.
Humanity, we suck.
Yeah.
First you pillage, then you burn.
Yeah. Oh, and Nancy echoing what you're saying. My favorite's fertility objects. They were loom
Yeah.
weights.
Oh, she
Well,
said it first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's true though.
having known a whole bunch of primitive people. It's not necessarily couldn't be the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I
E-
love a
e-
loom.
even primitive people like pretty things. They will
Yeah.
take a loom weight and make it pretty.
When you have hours and hours and hours of darkness and you're bored, then you get creative.
Yeah.
And sometimes that leads to progeny, and other times it leads to pretty loom weights and
Yeah.
other adornments. I mean,
Haven't
some of the-
seen what bored enlisted leave all over every vertical and horizontal surface in every battle zone I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why we have chubby female sculptures from
Yeah.
all eras of known history.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
like
like real women, not just toothpicks.
it's the anthropologist. I don't understand the predominance of phallic drawings. It's like, yeah, it's the Roman army. Things
Well-
haven't changed. A private carved
Yeah.
carved dicks on everything.
Yeah. Wallbanger says it's a phallus. It's a loom weight. It's two,
Two
for one.
Yeah.
Are the-
People like people, especially when they're bored, other than drawing dicks and everything,
Yeah.
like pretty things.
Well, and I mean, if you look at like the whaling ships, the beautiful, beautiful scrimshaw
Yeah.
that these bored sailors did because they
Well,
were
they got tired of doing dicks. They had to do something different.
right. Well, that and let's face it, dicks are a little simplistic, so let's get
Yeah.
complicated, and then they start doing scenes.
Yeah.
And once they move beyond the scenes that involve dicks,
Yeah.
then we get into the medieval jousting mounted on rabbits.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I love those.
Have you ever? There's a couple of books, but I've actually seen the originals. Somebody did a study of the what's the edges of your
Marginalia.
The drawings of the marginalia in the monastic
Mhm.
text.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
You can actually get books of just those illustrations.
Yeah.
Like
And they're
zoomed
worth
in,
it. They're
and
worth it.
yes.
And the jokes.
Oh yes.
Oh,
and
my
the jokes
God.
and the curses they did at the cat.
Cat paw prints.
Yeah,
Yes.
cat paw prints and then curses.
Yes.
May all your fur fall out. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, given that I currently have a kitten that loves nothing better than to walk across my keyboards.
Yeah.
Fortunately, so far, she's not actually managed to send garbled messages to my work team, but
Yet.
there have been people on Facebook that have been gifted with kitten messages.
Yeah.
Well, there was when Jim had the bad run that we decided to turn into Trailer Park.
Yeah.
On several of them, there's little elf footprints walking across the page that I took from Marginalia, and I forget. I saw it somewhere. There's little prints, and then 1 foot out, and then in a line. It's like that was mail.
Jesse said, I've had cats that check their email and the current critter tries to write SQL scripts on the client systems. Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
how you wanna
that-
teach the cats to stay off the keyboards.
Code injection in cats sounds like a really bad combination.
It can be real interesting. Especially if the cat had any idea what he was actually doing.
They're cats. They're evil. They know.
Yeah.
Less evil than monkeys, though. Monkeys are still evil.
For
Toast
versions.
They're not
Toast
all
has
cats.
decided that laptop exhaust is nice
Warm.
and warm, and
Yeah.
so she spends most of her time sleeping behind the laptop.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
I have my own personal heater blower.
yes.
Hey, and Rick says, and the cats probably worked the first time. Yes.
Oh, Dorothy's story in the Twisted Tropes book.
Yes.
I haven't read that yet.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, essentially it's a human, but she's being treated like a cat
Yeah.
by a demon that she managed to accidentally summon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are
That sounds
cookies
very-
involved.
That sounds
Yeah.
very Dorothy.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's very Dorothy. But I'm
Very
just
Dorothy.
thinking through the whole smart cats thing
Yeah.
because that was a smart kitten
Yes.
and very cute.
Oh, and speaking of not reading the friggin' comments and reviews,
Mm.
we can't because they're friggin' 1 and 2 stars and with nothing on them.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. And they're just because Amazon allowed there to be ratings, not
Yeah.
just reviews.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I mean, I
I don't
think
either.
that
Somebody told me that Amazon's trying to port over the Goodreads.
They already
ratings.
have.
Oh,
Yeah, they already have.
Yay.
because at least one of my books suddenly doubled in the amount of ratings and reviews on it. I'm like, holy crap! And then I
Yay.
realized what had happened.
Yay.
But
We're pissing off the right people.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, we're just pissing off the right
Apparently,
people.
we're pissing off the Monkey Rights Coalition.
I think that's a worthy endeavor.
I'm not going to stop.
ah. No, it bothers me though because I mean, if you dislike it that much, why are you going to leave an anonymous 1-star rating?
Yeah.
Because they want to damage people.
Right,
They're
right. No, because
small,
you
heavy little people.
exactly, and it's an automatic of that really doesn't count because
Well, it's
And you can't even protest them.
right.
not anymore.
Any reviews, you really
Yeah.
can't do anything about
Well,
it. You used to be able to leave comments and have
Yeah,
conversations.
the time I got a 1-star, and the Jackanapes actually left the comment with his 1-star saying that it was a fantastic book, but the cover was torn when it
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
So he gave me a 1-star review.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be Amazon actually has it set up so you do separate reviews for the shipment and all that.
Yeah.
The
This
actual
is
shipping
back. This
process.
is back 5-6 years ago.
I know, and I don't know if they separated them out back then, but I know that even a few years ago you had separate things. So if you review the product here, you review the seller and or shipment process in a different place.
Nancy makes a good point. It's digital vandalism.
Yes.
I can create, so I'll destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey Rights Coalition.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of zings on Facebook for disliking the little devil's oven mitts.
Whatever.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
I've actually had people saying this This you should not be something about not encourage
Oh,
the
not encouraging
abuse
hate.
of monkeys.
Yeah.
Abuse of monkeys. Abuse them.
They've never met a monkey, obviously.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't. That's about 15 pounds of hate.
And that's if it's one of the little ones.
That's
Yeah.
one of the little ones, yes.
Yeah, people. Yeah.
I wasn't watching the clock. Yeah.
Hey, Raptor.
Yeah, so there are people that apparently, for some reason, only to God themselves, like monkeys. And I've gotten tagged by a couple of them saying, "Hey, don't perpetuate the monkey abuse. Well, don't abuse your monkey if you don't want to, or go to confession afterwards. It's between you and your priest."
Yeah. Oh, speaking of abusing things.
Uh-oh.
That was a gift from Tom, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this. He doesn't scream.
I wonder
You
if
knocked
it
the
being,
book over.
I wonder if it being bright pink
Should
will
throw
make
it
it
harder.
less, more obvious that it's not real.
Yeah.
I mean, you're also abusing that poor dragon, but that's a whole other issue.
Didn't notice.
Monkeys are cute when they're young and out of range.
No, they're not. No, they're not. When monkeys are small, they're just right for fitting, obturating the bore of an air cannon.
Stripper dragons.
Yes.
Where did
because
that come
one has
from, Jesse?
glitter. That was a Jesse dragon,
Of course, it's a Jesse dragon. Half the crap I had.
and it has glitter. You know,
It's
show
got-
the dragon's butt to everyone.
It's got stripper. That's the best place to see the stripper dust.
Probably on the stripper too.
Oh, trust me. You know, there's usually
Really,
more,
Cedar?
usually more of a stripper than there is on this. God's
You
honest
heard
truth.
me. Once in a while, I can't help myself.
Yeah, when Cedar cuts loose, she's on it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Michael, we've eaten, most of us have been overseas, have eaten monkey at least once or twice.
So Sean says, are the stripper dragons good for getting insulation off the cables? No, stripper dragons are great for getting uniforms and money off of E4s.
Yeah. Hey, Freeman, welcome. Freeman and Julie were joined us this past weekend, and I think they had fun.
I
We were
hope so.
talking about a house.
Yeah.
They were looking at a house out between Wichita Falls and here.
I have a new name tag.
Oh,
He gave some dude to Kelly Grayson.
Yeah.
So
Well, yes.
I
as
need
it
to
should
find my
be.
Beauregard Hika name tag again.
Yes.
Bohica.
Speaking of books that need more reviews, Kelly's Kindred.
Oh, yes. Just Kelly's books in general.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kelly's books in general, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, people I think are starting to find the short stories because I've been hearing a lot of buzz about Cecil.
Cecil Combat Wombat.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Padre, I'm going to guarantee if you were in Westpac, you've eaten monkey.
Which Padre is that? We know so many of them.
Yeah.
No, this one. That's not
Daniel's either.
okay.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the Padre we have down
No.
the street. Okay.
Yeah, if you were over in Westpac, I'm going to guarantee you ate one. Probably more than one.
I don't have to know about it. Why do I want to read Satan's
Oh.
left testicle? I mean, eat it.
Found a house in Iowa Park on the edge of town. All right.
Yeah, Kelly is at the point in his life where he needs to gently transition away from being a paramedic and start letting the kids do all the high speed
Heavy lifting.
heavy
Yeah.
lifting. So Kelly needs to get into the writing. He needs to be a full-time writer, part-time paramedic.
Yeah.
And he can't do that if people don't buy his books.
So he's got a new one coming out in sometime the next week, I think, called Tales of the Rougarou.
Yes.
Night of the Rougarou.
Night of the
Nice
River.
3-book set.
You know, I made the cover, and you're right. It's Night of the Rougarou. I remember the art better than I do the title. Because that one was fun to do.
Yeah.
So.
When Kelly's in one of his moods, he writes screamingly funny
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Cecil,
Your Favors is good too, James.
Oh yes.
And yes, people need to review it. Problem is, we can't write reviews because we're all friends.
Yeah, Amazon gets really squirrely about that.
Yeah.
Yes and no. So it's funny because my mother writes reviews on my books, but in her reviews, she says she's my mother. And so Amazon lets it go through.
Really?
I've tried to review Kelly's. I've tried to review yours. Try to review his.
Yeah.
Never shows up.
I don't know. It's weird because we have a couple of reviews out there that are done by the participants in the anthology.
I saw that. Kelly
say,
actually did one.
And they say in the review that they're in the anthology. And I think it's the disclosure that Amazon's like, okay, you can go through. I don't know for sure though. I just know that I've seen people do it and I'm like, I would have said that it probably wasn't a good idea, but I mean, if Amazon's okay with it.
Yeah.
Because Kelly dropped a review on one of our anthologies he was in.
Well,
and I was like, oh, that's going to get pulled. And it wasn't.
No. And that's the thing is that, I mean, I've written about this for years of basically, if you like something that somebody wrote, don't worry about how to write a review. Because I all the time, I'd be like, please write a review. And I'd have people ping me and say, I don't know how to write a review.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you write it. I mean, just if you liked it, say that. That's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be eloquent. It doesn't have to be anything. But
I like these words.
Yeah, and just
as long as it's 15 words long.
Right. But just leaving reviews helps, especially young authors, so much.
And John makes a good point. If you disclose any conflict of interest, Amazon's usually okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's like the terms of service for the Amazon affiliate program, which I use because I get a little tiny trickle of income from my blog through the use of affiliate links. But you are supposed to disclose, and that's why I have a prominent thing up on my blog of if you click a link and it goes to Amazon, it's an Amazon affiliate link.
Yeah, that's the same thing I do.
Yeah, but I mean, running a blog costs money, and that helps defray it a little bit. So yeah, no, Amazon's just basically as long as you're disclosing what you're doing, then we're going to be okay with it. So
book had words I understood. Book works as advertised. 3 stars.
There you go.
Book contained rabid wombat. Would not recommend.
Yeah.
The wombat wasn't rabid.
Yet.
Have you read Kelly's story?
Reptiles might have been rabid.
Have you read Kelly's Cecil story?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Contained rabid wombat. Do not recommend.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
Now, Kelly, we need to get Kelly pumped up there in the as far as the author goes, so he'll write more because he really writes well. And
so I was just typing Kelly Grayson into Amazon, and the very first thing that comes up is Kelly Grayson wombat. Kelly Grayson as a wombat is a little terrifying.
Well,
he does have the shape, kind of, sort of.
He does.
This.
I mean, he could wear the armor that's on the cover of the book. So.
Hey, tree killed for this book. Apologize to Forrest. Not enough words. These words in this order made me laugh. 5 stars.
Well, and it's, I mean, those are actually great reviews because those would make people go and take a second look at the book.
That sort of review will make people buy the book.
Right. And occasionally a 1-star review, not a 1-star rating, a 1-star review will make people buy the book.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. I've gotten some you can actually sometimes if you get a really rabid 1-star review or really
we sold a couple of hundred.
Yes, we
off
did.
The 1-star we got on Spot Reps.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somebody Urban Dictionary puked all over the review box and then somebody hit send. And just off that, we got another 200 sales.
Yeah.
Because we pointed and laughed. It's like, what the fuck? And then we went through and tried to find the words, all the new speak. And once we got them all defined, it's like, oh wow.
If it hasn't already been said, then for the chat, do not go to the Urban Dictionary and look up Spriggle. I have not, but I was warned off of it in terms by someone that I trust that if it squeaked her out that bad, I don't want to.
Yeah. Brennan says book instructions unclear. Combat wombat stuck in ceiling fan.
Yes. English language contains 1 million words. Author did not use all.
Ooh, challenge. English language does not contain 1 million words. The largest vocabulary of any language is, I believe, Italian.
That doesn't surprise me.
That's because they use their hands.
Yeah.
Does that include the hand?
1-star review for the enemy tribe equals 5-star review for your tribe.
And Larry Correa is a master at weaponizing the 1-star review.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, the last couple of blog posts from him have been.
Oh, he's been on a
Amusing.
tear.
Well,
Yeah.
he's trapped in the snow again.
Yeah.
Again?
Yes, it snowed there again last night.
He's snowbound and bored. Oh no.
Well, it's no worse than Michigan. 80 degrees one day, snowing the next morning.
Right? Yeah. So
Texas Panhandle.
Yeah.
and he's saying that you sound angry. It's like, no, he just sounds like a writer.
No, he sounds like Larry.
My
Yeah,
son-
he went off on
China Mike.
yes.
well, among other things.
Well, and he
Yes.
just posted another one about why does everybody think I'm mad? I'm just boisterous.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's snowbound again.
Yes.
They were at flood stage snow the last time I talked to him.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
wow.
going to be bad this spring.
Yeah.
Oh
It
wow.
already is bad. They've had flooding already
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Snowbound Larry is most entertaining. Yes.
So my son's been listening to Larry's books on audio.
Yeah.
My son also wants me to tell Larry, because he thinks I can, that he should pick up Ray Porter for his next audiobook narrator.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Regardless of that, I guess my son likes him.
Yeah.
Who's Ray Porter?
I have no idea. An audiobook narrator that my son thinks can actually make them sound good. But my son got to the point where he was finishing up with the Hard Magic series and asks me if Son of the Black Sword is part of a series. And I'm like, yes, listen to that one next.
Yeah, he was going off on George R.R. Martin and Rothfuss and their lack of finishing the series and what that's done to a lot of fantasy writers.
Oh,
not
it's
just
screwed
fantasy
over.
Writers.
It's
There's-
screwed, especially independents. It's,
Yeah.
it's screwed over
I
independents.
get that
Killed
from
writers.
readers.
Yeah.
I get that from a lot of readers of, I won't read. In fact, someone we know and sit down to Saturday supper with has told me,
Yeah.
I won't read a series unless it's complete.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is not how you get a whole series out of an author.
No. And Larry points out, if you don't buy the first one, the author doesn't get any money to write the second, third, and fourth one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's like we loved Summer's End from John Van Stryke.
Yeah.
And Kahn had to talk John into being willing to do the second one because he didn't feel that the sales were
Who
high
did?
Yeah.
enough. John Van Stryke.
Who talked him into it?
A lot of us all going,
Oh.
I mean,
And Tony
readers-
and a few other people.
Right. Readers being like, we really, really like that. We'd like more.
He writes well.
He writes really well, but it wasn't that. It was that book
Yeah.
is the lowest selling. I mean,
Yeah.
his indie stuff do worlds better than that book did.
Well,
Yeah.
I think in the long run, he's going to be pleased with how it does.
Oh, I think his long tail will be
Yeah.
fine, and the fact that it's up for Prometheus isn't going to hurt him.
Yeah.
No, it won't. And
Yeah,
what
ramped up slower than expected. Yeah.
John does.
And John's on here, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
So
John.
he can speak to this.
Close your ears.
Uh,
John does people as well
Brilliantly.
as
Yeah.
anybody else. John
Yes.
understands the human condition.
mhm.
He does people, and he doesn't do perfect. They do perfect heroes, which I really enjoy.
So I was slow to get into some of his stuff because I was not sure about the whole harem books,
Yeah.
and because that's not always my cup of tea. Okay, it's usually not my cup of tea. But once I started in on the Portal series,
Yeah.
and then I got into the harem series, with Sean and his family, and it hits all of my happy buttons as far as people and
Yeah.
friendship and
The
relationships
interactions.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well-
then with all the action to keep it jumping and moving.
John is one of the few authors I know that can write harem fiction in a way that would actually freaking work in the real world.
Right. Well, I mean, the fact that he's making it partially inhuman helps that
Well, that yes.
because humans, it's a little
Yeah.
But when you get harem fiction written by people who have never, ever, ever been anywhere within 3 continents of an actual harem,
Yeah.
Yeah, he and Courtney, they get it.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
because they thought about it. You know?
Mhm.
which kind of scares the crap out of me. But
Yeah.
we won't go there.
It's okay. You can back away slowly.
Backing away being the operative.
Oh,
Yeah, Ben, that's another point. Came out first as a hardback, not as a trade.
oh yeah, that didn't help any.
And
but
that's
That's the traditional approach, which is
yeah.
and most of us can't afford a hardback.
So there was
That's why I've never put any of mine in hardback.
yeah. There was a study done by Ally, which is the authors lead. I forget what it stands for, but it's basically the indie authors thing. And Passive Voice put it up on his blog, the excerpt from it, and they were showing that indie authors' median income is significantly higher than traditional author median income. So indie authors are making in excess of $12,000 a year median income, and traditional authors are making about $8,000 a year. And again, that's the median income. So you have people that are way below and way above that. But that is a huge spread when you think about that. That difference there, because for the traditional authors, you get the rock stars, the James Pattersons, the Grisham, Nora Roberts, people that are
Brandon Sanderson.
People that even he though that last big huge Kickstarter was arguably indie, not trad.
True.
But
he did that to prove a point too.
Right, and you've got these wild outliers as far as income goes, but the vast majority of traditionally published authors are not making much money, if at all.
Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about.
Finally.
Oh, wow. 3 minutes, 30 seconds.
Go for
Michael Anderley's half-assed admonition is not going to do is not doing indie any favors. Steve Bolio and another indie author are actually going to be talking to Amazon about the whole AI generated book thing next week.
So here's my thing with AI generated books, and it's very simple. It's very relative to AI generated art as well, which is basically that it's only as good as the editor.
Well, my thing with it is he should have told people that the 90% of it was AI generated.
Well, when somebody's got 1,800 titles on Amazon, it's not just them producing. That's obvious. And ghostwriting has been a time-honored tradition. What I have seen from AI generated for fiction, because we messed around with this, the prompt group that I do, more odds than ends, we messed around with ChatGPT and seeing what it would do. And what I got out of it for fiction was the most banal, basic. I mean, I would fail a high schooler for giving me that in the short story class. So I don't feel that it's really that much of a threat.
Not yet.
Well, the problem is that people are going to assign that.
Yeah, folks like John is a workhorse.
Yeah.
Now people are going to start thinking, how much of that's AI generated?
Yeah.
Is it good and is it enjoyable to read? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't. But the problem is,
it's already started to hurt indie authors.
No, I understand that part of it. I'm just like my thing has always been of don't ban something, just let the chips fall, because you're going to find the quality eventually. Now, Sturgeon's Law, that applies to stuff that people actually write too.
Yeah.
Because God knows I've read some really bad indie stuff.
Oh yeah.
That I know a human wrote, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had there was a ex co-worker of ours that wrote a book.
Yeah. Perversions of rote. And charged what, $19 for the ebook?
I forget. It's yeah, and God's honest truth, there's been some really crappy traditional publishing stuff out there.
Oh yeah, no.
There's the editors. I'm starting to think the traditional publishing houses, some of the editors are AI or sleeping on the job.
Sleeping on a job, drinking on a job.
Yeah.
And No, I'm thinking of your face when we were doing the broadcast episode where we were looking at all the romance novels.
Oh, that
Which
was
time?
hilarious.
Like,
Which time?
like 2/3 through the first episode, because I was reminded of this because it premiered yesterday,
Oh, did it?
and so the first half of that 2-part episode, and you left during the
I had to go do something.
vampire one.
I had to go do something.
Yeah.
That was I was sitting over here, and that was interesting to watch. I hadn't realized the tropes. I knew there were tropes. There's tropes and everything. I didn't realize how very, very specific the tropes could be.
Well, yeah, because we pull out a cover and name the trope immediately
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
from the blurb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can look at a romance novel's cover and tell you what's inside of it.
pretty much.
And
It's good
romance
marketing.
readers want that.
Damn, Cyber Levite, you got downsized? Jesus Christ. How many
Oh.
other people have we gotten screwed over in the last couple of weeks?
If Cyberletta is who I think it is, he's also got good news. So
Yeah, okay.
Which one is Cyber?
I'll tell you off.
Okay.
And people like their handles, and I
The
like
tropes
those
and how
handles.
strong they were singled by the covers, yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I tried to do with Twisted Tropes.
Mhm.
Was twist the cover.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was another one. I had 20 some odd people go, "Oh, I'll write a story." I got 8 that were usable. The 2 that I didn't use were just flat too short. Yeah, this book is written by an AI. The publishing industry will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Yeah,
They already happened.
yeah,
Yeah, the publishing industry. Oof.
yeah. Well, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time today, and it's been
I-
truly a waste today.
I need to find an old,
Hasn't?
I need to find an old gypsy lady.
Why?
So I give her a $20 bill to put a curse on somebody.
You have 3 Moms the Apocalypse. We can do that for you.
Okay, I would like Sparkle to die of Mongolian crotch rot.
Only that? Or I mean,
Let me look up some forgotten disease.
Oh.
I mean, it's one thing. I mean, he could,
See, sure,
he
$20
should have a
knock
sugar
yourselves out.
infestation in his armpits too.
And shingles, someplace you don't
shingles.
want to talk about.
I feel for the chiggers.
Oh, well,
And on that note, we're going to end this before. Anyhow, remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
And
Folks.
don't pet Sparkle. You're liable to catch Mongolian crotch rot.
Y'all have
y'all
a good
be safe.
weekend. Bye bye.